Okay, so turn off your microphone. Okay, so now we are going to discuss with for in loop. So loops through a properties of an object. So loops through a properties of an object. So that is the purpose of what? For in loop. So first we need to have for, you need to write the variable in object, and as usual we used to write some code. Okay, so in each and every JavaScript, okay, sorry, in each and everything in JavaScript. So each and everything in JavaScript will be considered as object. So each and everything in JavaScript, okay, will be considered as what? Object. Okay. For example, x equal to 10. X equal to 10. 10 is a number, right? So number is an object. So x equal to, so I am having Shiva string. So string also object. Okay. So we are having some elements, paragraph tag, HTML tag, body tag, even those things also will be considered as what? Object. In future, we will work with a date object. Okay. And next, math object. So like this, in JavaScript, each and everything will be considered as what? Object. In JavaScript, each and everything will be considered as what? Object. Okay. So now, why I am discussing all these things means, right now we are discussing with what? Object. Okay. And one more thing is, this is not the right time to discuss about all the objects, not only date, math, even array also is an object, boolean, true, false also is an object. Like this, each and everything will be considered as what? Object. Okay. So now I am going to consider one object declaration. Okay. So here I am considering what here? Person, first name, I am writing Shiva, last name, I'm writing soft, age, I'm writing 10. So in this case, even in JavaScript, person will be considered as what? Object. Even here, person also will be considered as what? Object. Okay. So in object, we are going to have properties. So properties is nothing but something like variable concept only. So properties means wherever we are storing or holding the. Okay. So for example, what I said, person will be considered as what? Object. And here, first name, last name, age, all these will be considered as what? Properties. Properties means where we are storing some information. Okay, so in the place of first name, I stored Shiva. In the place of last name, I stored soft. In the place of age, I stored 10. So that means first name, last name, age are called what? Properties. And the values are what here? Shiva, soft, 10, all these are all what? Values. So right now, don't bother about this, just for your clarification. Okay. So here, just I am explaining what is an object. In JavaScript, each and everything will be considered as what? Object. If you write x equal to 10, it's a number. Number also object. String also object. So all the HTML elements like paragraph tag, image tag, list tag, input tag, so all will be considered as what? Object only. Date object. Okay, in future we'll work with a date object, math object, array object, whatever. Okay, Boolean object, whatever. So now user defined my own object. Okay, so I am having one object here. Here I am having some properties like first name, last name, age, and the values are what? Shiva, soft, age, and okay, whatever. So now, what is the use of for in loop? It is going to loop through a properties of an object. So based on the properties, loop will be executed. So now, as usual, I'm going to have a HTML file. So here JS 29. So I open here. So right click, open with Notepad. So here I'm going to have a head title like for in loop, loops through a properties of an object. So variable person equal to object you need to define inside the curly braces. Properties you need to write like this. So string means always double quotation. Shiva is string, soft is string, age is number. That's the reason without any quotation. So now here I defined or declared an object. Okay, in that three properties are there. So what exactly the definition for in loop? Loops through a properties of an object. So how many properties we are having here? First name, last name, age. Okay. Now here for x is just a variable. So user defined. You can give anything. User defined means anything. Now I gave here x. What is my object name? Person. So in this person object, how many properties we are having? Three properties: first name, last name, age. All the three properties available in person. It is a loop concept. Loop means it will execute by default only one property at a time. So that means in person we are having three properties: first name, last name, age. Totally three properties. So when at the time of execution, first it will execute only first property. What is x? X is nothing but first property, that is first name. So whenever it's a loop, right? So in second case, that means whenever it is executing, okay, second time, then X will be considered as what? Last name. If it is third time, then X will be considered as age. Now go and check it. So I'm able to display first name, last name, age. So with the help of for in loop, just we can display the properties. Okay. So if you want to display the value, this is the way we are going to display. So generally we need to write like this. So person, what is the property here? First name. Go and check the output. So one second. Any problem? Oh, sorry, got it. So you need to write dot, not the square braces. Okay. So person dot first name. So the result is what? Shiva. So this is the way we are going to display. So person dot first name, person dot last name, and person dot age. So totally how many times I wrote here? Totally 3 times. So Shiva, soft, 10. So this is the way we are going to display manually. Okay. So in loop, how to display? We know what is X. X is nothing but what? Property name. First name, last name, age. Then simply I can use what? Person dot X. We know what is X. X is nothing but what? Okay, obviously first name, last name, something. Okay, so what's the problem? One second. Yeah, got it. So confusion is if you're writing directly outside, there you can write person dot first name. That means object dot property name. Whenever we are writing inside the loop, you need to use square brace. So it's a small confusion. So whatever it may be, now person first name is what? Shiva. Person last name is what? Soft. Person age is what? Something. Okay. So this is the way we are going to display. Even if you want to display clearly outside, I am writing like this. So first name, and to display in a new line, BR. So what is the use of for in loop? To display properties. Loops create properties of an object. So last name, and next here age. So here also I want to display like that. So here X. Now go and check. Okay. So now we are able to display first name Shiva, last name Soft, age 10 here also. But I want to display in a new line. Okay. So here I can use what? BR. Okay. So loops through a properties of an object is nothing but what? For in loop. But in real time, okay, this concept is very, very important, especially JSON, JavaScript object notation. Okay, so at those type of situations, it's very, very important. But right now, whether it is a loop, conditions, everything, just we are learning the subject. Okay, fine. So next, function. So this is also one of the important concept. A function will be executed just by a call. So whenever you call the function name, whenever we are going to call the function name, okay, automatically a function will be executed. So a function will be executed just by a call and event. So here we are having one professional word called what? Invoke. Invoke is nothing but what? Calling. Whatever the function that you are going to call, instead of calling, even you can use a word called what? Invoke. So whatever it may be, here I am writing the syntax. So first you need to write the function name, and inside some code to be executed. Okay, so here, so this is a 29 program, now 30. Okay, so now here function. A function will be executed just by a call or an event. So right now don't bother about event. So just bother about how to call a function. Okay. So now here function, you can write any name, function name. You need to write the parentheses and curly braces as a part of syntax. So here I'm going to write document dot write. Just we are going to call the function. Okay. So now I wrote a function name, and inside I am having some code. So I am going to call the function name. So display. So I call this function. So whenever I am calling the display function inside, so how many statements, even if you have 100 statements or one statement, it is going to execute. Go and check the output. So here I am able to execute that one. So here I am going to call one more time, like that. Totally how many times? 3 times. So 3 times I call. So instead of writing document.write, okay, 3 times, I wrote only one time inside the function. So I wrote one time inside the function. Okay, then I called how many times? 3 times. So this is the advantage. No need to write the code repeatedly. So regarding function, so what is the biggest advantage here? No need to write the code repeatedly. Okay, so just write the code only once, then you can call that function name how many times you want. Okay, so next here one more time also I am calling, but this time I am going to prefer uppercase, lowercase, whatever. Go and check the output. So whenever I'm checking the output, still only 3 times. So based on this, what is the conclusion? So initially only we discussed JavaScript is what? Case sensitive. Same like that, function names are case sensitive. So if you write capital D, small d, both are different. Okay, fine. So function names are case sensitive. And what is the advantage with functions? No need to write the code repeatedly. So just we can write only once and it is going to be executed. So how many times that you are going to call, that many times. As usual, I want to display in a new line. So better to write here only. So everything will display in a new line. Okay. So this is called a function. Next, function with arguments. Function with arguments. Okay. So nothing is there, directly the syntax. Whatever we are writing inside the function name, nothing but parentheses here, these things we are calling as what? Arguments. So it doesn't matter how many arguments. Okay, so n number of arguments you can plan. Okay, as usual, some code to be executed. Okay, so whatever we are declaring or writing inside the parenthesis, so that is nothing but what? Arguments. So that is nothing but what here? Arguments. So now, as usual, so another program. So right click, open with Notepad. So here, function with arguments. So here function add. Okay, it can be any name. Function names are user defined. You can write anything. Okay, so now here I am going to plan two arguments. So this is also just like a variables only. Okay, no need to write any var or anything, just a comma b. These are also something like what? Variables. Now variable c equal to a plus b, and I'm going to display document dot write. I'm going to write what here? C. So I'm going to write what here? C. So I'm going to call the function. So A value is 10, B value is 20. So what will be the output here? So automatically in the order. Okay, here A is nothing but what? 10. B is nothing but what? 20. So 10 plus 20. So 10 plus 20, how much? 30. So 10 plus 20, how much? 30. So that will be your final output. Okay. So now go and check, just refresh. So the result is what? 30. So next time, the same function, I am going to try with string. I am going to try with string. So now go and check. So 10 plus 20. So it is purely a string, right? You can have either double quotation or single quotation. A value is string 10. B value is, okay, string 20. So 10 plus 20, how much? 10, 20. So here I want to display in a new line. So if you want to display in a new line, so better to write here. So now go and check. So the result is what? 10, 20. So next, so here add. So directly I am writing this. Okay, so SIVA comma SOFT. So go and check it here. So Shiva plus soft, Shiva soft. So here Shiva soft. Okay. So this is the way. Okay, no need to write the code repeatedly. So I wrote only this addition functionality only once. So, but how many times I executed here? Totally 3 times. And this is the way we can work with what? Arguments. So now one more example based on these arguments. Okay, so here just simply any name A comma B comma C. So here I am going to call the function. So what is my function name here? Display. So A value is what? 10, B value is 20, and the C value is what? String. So whatever it may be. So my first step, I am calling the function. My first step is I want to display the what is the count, how many arguments we are having. Okay, so arguments dot, okay, length, arguments dot length. Okay, so here length is nothing but count. Okay, so how many arguments we are having. So it's very clear that we are having 3 arguments. So it is JS32. Okay, so JS32. So the length is what? 3. So length is 3. So here, whenever we are using arguments is predefined, length also is predefined. So whenever we are performing, that means whenever we are using length, count starts from 1. Count starts from 1. Okay, so that's the reason only 1, 2, 3. So totally we are having 3 count. I want to display these 3 values. Okay, so based on this arguments length concept, I am going to use for loop. Whenever we are using dot length, so whenever we are using dot length, count starts from 1. But generally, what is the index number for 10 here? 0. Generally, index value always starts from 0. So for 20, what is the index number? 1. For Shiva, what is index number? 2. Okay, for Shiva, what is index number? 2. Okay, so generally, index value or number starts with what? 0. But whenever we are using length, then the count is what? Okay, 1. Okay, so whatever it may be. So now here, I want to start the loop from 0. I less than arguments dot length. So what is arguments dot length? 3. What is arguments dot length? 3. So that means 0 less than 3. 0 less than 3. Okay. As usual, increment, and inside I am going to write document dot write, and it is predefined syntax arguments I. Now go and check the output. I am able to display all the values. Use the BR. I will explain 1 second. So here finally we got the output. Okay, so length 3. So 10 comma 20 comma, okay, sorry, 10 20 Shiva. So just 1 second. Okay, so now here I'm able to display the output, but see the explanation part here. Okay, so I value is what? 0. So I already said what is the index number for this one? It is 0. Index number for this one 2. Index number for this one, sorry, 0 1 2. Okay, so now I value is what? 0. I less than arguments dot length. I less than arguments dot length. So what is the I value here? 0 less than arguments dot length means 3. Totally we are having 3 arguments. The condition is what? True. The condition is what here? True. Then it will enter inside, and here arguments 0. So what is arguments 0? 0 means what? 10. Okay, then based on this I plus plus, so based on this I plus plus, so here I am going to have I plus plus, so no need to explain, I think you know that. So I value is what? 1. So I value is what? 1. Okay, so I'm not writing, so you know that I plus plus means it will increment by 1. Now 0 less than 1, sorry, 1 less than 3. Now the condition is what? True. Arguments 1. So nothing but what here? What is the result here? 20. So I value is what? 2. 2 less than 3, the result is what? True. Arguments 2. So I'm having what here? Shiva. Okay, fine. So whatever it may be. So finally, so 10, 20, Shiva. So is it clear, right? So next, so I'm able to display here. So no need to write. Okay. So each and every time, okay, here directly you can write like this also. So without writing anything also, the output is what? Same. Dynamically it will recognize. Now I am going to call another one. In this case, I am having only 2. Automatically, in this case, the count is what? 2. Nothing but length is 2 and these things. Okay, it's a dynamic program. Okay. So instead of writing here what A, B, C or whatever, directly also you can write. Whenever you are performing any arithmetic operations or anything, then definitely we need to mention. But in this example, just we are going to display the values. In this case, just we can manage with index number. So this is the way. So we can work with arguments. So what is this program number? 32. Okay. So next, function with a written statement. So a function will be written, sorry, just 1 second. So based on the program, I'll give the definition so that you'll have even more better clarification. So function with a written statement. So now go and check it. So here it can be any name, MUL multiplication I am going to perform here. So next, so A comma B, C, A plus B. Okay, so C equal to A plus B. Okay, so sorry, A into B. So now here written. So just I am going to return. So return C. So there is a concept something similar to a regular one without using return. See, without writing document dot write, by writing document dot write also we can get the output. So 10 comma 20. So we know that A value is 10, B value is 20. So A value is 10, B value is 20. So 10 into 20, nothing but 200. Okay, so I got the output. Now, without using document.write, you can use return statement also. So now return C. So that means whenever we call the function, it is going to return what? Value. Value means whatever available in that C. Okay. But if you want to display anything in our browser, we need to write document.write. So without writing document.write, so we are not going to get any output. Okay. So I am writing here document.write. So whatever the value available, okay, whatever the value available in the place of C, that is nothing but what? Function. So now the result is what? 200. Okay. So whenever we call the function, so return value will be executed. So the function name is nothing but what? The function name is nothing but what? C. Okay. So next I am going to write like this. So MUL 10 comma 30. Okay. So here, what is the value here? C. C is nothing but what? 10 comma 20. C is nothing but what? 200. So 10 comma 30, what is the return C? What is the value? 300. So we are adding 200 plus 300. So nothing but 500. If you want to display in a new line, BR. So nothing is there. So everything is same. Only the concept is here. Okay. Previously, we are writing document dot write inside the function only. Okay. Now we are writing inside the function written, but outside we are writing document dot write, because without document dot write, we are unable to display any output in our browser. Okay. So this is the way we are having this function with written. And one more general point is a written statement should be the last statement inside the function. So in any situation, if you want to write, especially in form validations, this written concept is very, very important. Right now, just we are learning the subject. So whatever it may be, here, written always, it should be the last statement inside the function. So that you need to remember. You need to write at last if you want. So mainly in form validations, you'll have a clarification why this written is very important. So next, local and global variables. And also one more thing, don't compare JavaScript with C, C++, Java or any other. So that's a huge subject. So JavaScript is different from that. Okay. So now this one is okay. So now local and global variables, number 34. Okay, so the time is completing. So I'm going to disconnect this call. Okay, again I will send.